we got to go on to what the county council is doing with respect to economic development. You know, in the post-COVID world, it comes as no surprise that Montgomery County office vacancy is nearing 22%. You know, frankly, it's more of a surprise that it's only 22%, given the reluctance of employers and employees to return to office. The county council, you know, struggles with this constantly, and this week they voted to increase the incentives it's going to offer businesses to relocate to Montgomery County, or for that matter, remain in Montgomery County. It's unclear what the criteria will be for that. Mark, you know, Montgomery County loves to throw money at problems, but is this the better solution, or are there better solutions?
Well, this is one of the great challenges of the county, is they're forever trying to subsidize their way out of a problem that they've created or has been created. Ours, whether it's obviously office vacancies or it's affordable housing. Probably one of the things we need to do is to see more conversion of some of the office space that's empty into housing. And perhaps that's a way of solving two issues, or not solving, but at least addressing two sets of issues at the same time. This conversion process is frankly taking place in office areas around the country.
Well, but that office conversion is not always an easy task.
Oh, it's a tough
the design
one.
of the buildings. An office building doesn't have the same, you know, risers and stacks, wet stacks for plumbing and whatnot. So, and ceiling heights. I mean, window lines. I mean, there are all kind of you know, things that have to go into, you know, converting a property from office to. And, you know, maybe the county will need to do some incentives of some kind rather than just throwing money at it. You know, Nancy, you know, you've been on the planning board, you've been on the council. I mean, you know that economic development is, you know, several decades long problem. You know, what can the county do to encourage it? Or they haven't found the formula yet.
They haven't tried, let me tell you. I would not blame the vacancy rate issue on the county. You can blame a lot of things in the county, but not that. I mean, that is a product of COVID and the marketplace generally. This new incentive program is nothing new. Actually, we adopted it when I was on the council, called the MOVE program. I proposed it. And again, any incentives to businesses to keep them, to attract them, is a good thing as far as I'm concerned. What can we do about economic development generally? Well, we have to have people out selling the county aggressively. When I was on the council, I actually created the Economic Development Corporation, which has moved in bits and starts to advance that issue. But the leadership of the county has not been out there on economic development, not like you see in other jurisdictions in other states. And I think that's our biggest loss. We don't have that kind of public statement of what how welcoming Montgomery County is to businesses. And when we do things like pass rent control, we send the opposite message: don't come here, we're a pain in the neck. And our rules are more demanding than most jurisdictions for development per se. And so that's backed up in the private sector. So that's the challenge. We need to change our ways. Hasn't happened yet. I don't see it happening in the future.
So, but are we also not getting enough support from the state, or is that not an issue?
I don't know. I don't think we've tried hard enough. We certainly did with getting Hopkins here, the Life Sciences Center. That's been an advantage. But we keep opposing roadway improvements, transportation improvements that we need. Things like the Beltway, they shut that down. Expanding 270, same problem. Montgomery County is not the place where you hear yes a lot. And that is a disadvantage to our ability to grow. And I'm not sure elected people care that much.
And let me just I was just going to underscore what Nancy was saying about transportation. That is a huge impediment to economic development.